have a meeting like this, because he was in New Jersey and I'm here in California, to talk about each chapter. So once we decided on the organization of the book, we kind of talked about each chapter, and then we'd take it one at a time. He'd write it, I'd mark it all up, say, well, it's got to sound like me. That sounds more like you, not me. We got to change the words. I wouldn't say that, right? And so there was a lot of back and forth like that, and reorganization and different things, and so we would attack every chapter like that until we got through, all the chapters. And then once we had them all, then it was like, okay, is that any other reorganization we want to do? Any other tweaks we want to do? We repeat this concept maybe here that we shouldn't, all of that sort of stuff, right? That people that are authors know all these things probably, and I certainly didn't. So it was really a lot of fun. Yeah.
New book alert. We have a first-time author joining us out in California. He is safe from the fires, and we are going to dive into it today. He will be on that entrepreneur show down the road, so stay tuned for that. But Lawrence, welcome to Writing with Authors.
Oh, thanks. Thanks so much for having me. This is amazing. I appreciate your interest and look forward to it.
Oh, I look forward to it as well. Everyone, as I said, new book release coming soon, so you have to add it to your queue. Stick around to the end of the show. We'll tell you how to get it and where to find Lawrence online. But thank you again for joining Writing with Authors. My name is Vincent A. Lancy. On this show, I sit down with published writers of all forms to help you on your writing journey and add a new book to your queue. Today, we've got something special. He's had incredible success in the business world. Today, he's put a lot of his expertise, his knowledge into this book. So if that's your cup of tea, get excited. And please remember to subscribe, like, leave a comment for our guest today. Lawrence, I like to start at the beginning. What led you to want to become a writer?
Well, I built my whole career focused on one thing, building my company, and never really, never really planned to write a book, to tell you the truth. It sprung from a conversation. I'm just FYI, I'm sort of in a buyout now. I built my company. I transitioned from CEO to chairman a few years ago, and I'm in the midst of a buyout. And so my time with the firm has reduced a little time over the years, and actually, my daughter, in a conversation with her, who's a clinical psychologist, and she made the suggestion that I should write a book and tell people about my experiences. And so she inspired me. So I decided to, give it a shot.
Well, thank you for showing her some love. Do you think the process was less challenging or more challenging than you anticipated?
Yeah, I anticipated that it would be very challenging because, I've never done this before. And uh, I had no idea what to expect. So it's been an incredible learning experience. I've really had fun with it. It has been a lot of work, no question about it. And even once we finished the manuscript, the time between that and publish, there's still a ton of work, which, I thought, oh, I'm done. So it's just waiting for the publisher at this point. No, there's a lot, there's a lot of work to do. So it's been really fun, challenging, and great learning.
I'm glad you brought that up. A lot of work you didn't see coming. You thought you were there, and now there's all these other responsibilities. Let's talk about some of those to educate our audience, these new writers out here.
Yeah. So, well, first of all, uh, I worked with a ghostwriter. So Herb Schaffner's my ghostwriter. He's awesome. It was a great collaborative experience. I was very lucky to meet him and be able to work with him. And so it was just a very iterative process going through the book and, tweaking and changing and reorganizing and, all that sort of stuff. Once we turned it in to our publisher, which is Ben Bella Books, which they're awesome, they're amazing. Um, you know, a lot of editing, right? Different rounds of editing for different purposes. You know, some is more content editing, some is more technical editing, and a lot of back and forth and iterative process once again with them. And then there's the design of the book, the design of the cover, and the what the book looks like, how it feels inside, you know, the font and everything. And so I'm a designer, so we kind of took control of that as opposed to the publisher. They were great about it. So we spent a lot of time designing the book, and that's been really a lot of fun. And then just getting ready for launch, the marketing aspect and the promotion and social media and doing podcasts and setting up talks in different areas. And so it's just every day there's something to do with this book. It's kind of amazing.
Thank you for sharing all that, everyone. It may seem like a lot to do, but it is very exciting. You see him smiling out here. He's got the book. And I made the audience, I made everyone viewing or listening on wait long enough. Now let's talk about this book. What is it called? And describe it for us, please.
Sure. The name of the book is Layered Leadership. So it's really about obviously leadership, but it comes at it from a sort of a creative attitude. Um, I'm in a very creative profession, which is architecture and design, and our design firm is one of the largest in North America. And so it's a bit of a story about how we built it from a local Southern California architectural firm into this, international design institution, as we call it. But really, it's about developing whole brain thinking and using different concepts in leadership and creative application of ideas to put forth a strategy to build your company. And so that's kind of the basis of what it is. And there's a lot of different concepts in the book that we've applied from different sources, vastly different sources. Other business books where, the well-known books that people know, but we've been able to adapt them and apply them to our company and our strategy. Or just I pull from high school physics class lessons and the visible light spectrum, and I pull from amazing people that have inspired me, Leonardo da Vinci, and different aspects of his life and what he did. And it was really a synthesis of a lot of different concepts that went into the strategies over time to build our company, and just thinking creatively all the time about that, and being open to that, and just continuous learning. I think, I said this book's been a learning experience, but the arc of building our company has been a continuous learning experience. And I think that's what's, a lot of these ideas are what this book is about.
Well, thank you for sharing all of your expertise and success in your world into this book. It's going to help so many. Would you say there's a target reader for this book?
Yeah, I think the target reader is anyone who is trying to build an organization and a team into something more than what it is. And that could be any small business. It could be a department in a company. It could be a nonprofit. Anybody that's just building something, an organization. I think these concepts hopefully somebody would be able to find something that would help in here.
Thank you for sharing that, everyone. We're almost at the point where we're going to find out where this book is. But as everyone knows, if you're a seasoned viewer, we have to ask for some advice. If you could give one tip, something from your writing process you learned, you wish you knew day one, what would it be?
Wow. Yeah, I was pretty naive about the whole thing, I would say.
Yeah.
Um, I think the time commitment and the focused effort is much more than I anticipated it would be. I don't know why I wouldn't have thought that, but it was a learning experience. And once you're in it, your head's got to be in it. You really got to be paying attention at all times. And you end up reading your own book 27 times, well, way more than that. Well,
Yeah.
and you have to be willing to continue to critique it all the way through, you know, and that was a big learning experience for me.
Staying dedicated to it is certainly challenging. Did you have writing goals every day? Did you time block every day? How did you go about your writing?
Yeah, it was very in my case, I had sketched out an outline of the different concepts I wanted to communicate, the
Yep.
different, lessons I had learned. So I kind of had sort of an outline. Once I was started working with Herb, he helped me, first of all, reorganize it into how a book would flow, because I have no idea how that would work. And he does. And so that was the great thing of our collaboration. And then we would have a meeting like this, because he was in New Jersey and I'm here in California, to talk about each chapter. So once we decided on the organization of the book, we kind of talked about each chapter, and then we'd take it one at a time. He'd write it, I'd mark it all up, say, well, it's got to sound like me. That sounds more like you, not me. We got to change the words. I wouldn't say that, right? And so there was a lot of back and forth like that, and reorganization and different things, and so we would attack every chapter like that until we got through, all the chapters. And then once we had them all, then it was like, okay, is that any other reorganization we want to do? Any other tweaks we want to do? We repeat this concept maybe here that we shouldn't, all of that sort of stuff, right? That people that are authors know all these things probably, and I certainly didn't. So it was really a lot of fun. Yeah.
I can resonate with that. I've done lucky number 7 ghostwriting projects and book coaching clients, and having that, hey, this is our world. Don't worry. We're going to make it easy for you. Let's break it down. I love how you described creating your outline. Everyone, I know you had just as much fun as me today. Lawrence, I want to thank you so much for taking some time to talk about your writing journey. Now, where can we find it online? Where can we say hi to you?
Yeah. So the website for the book is layeredleadershipbook.com. And it's up and it's ready for pre-order. Pre-orders are happening. You'll see a lot of good information in there. And then March 4th, it publishes. So,
Congratulations on this.
yeah, thank you.
And do you think you'll have a second book in you?
Well, everybody keeps asking me that. My publisher and ghostwriter and my wife keep saying, well, for your second book, I'm like, hold on. This is like having a baby. The day you have a baby isn't really the day you want to talk about having another baby. So I don't know. We will see if I have another book or not. We'll see how this one goes.
You'll have to let me know, bring you back on the show to catch up with everybody. But everyone, March 4th, this book is live. Go pre-order it now. Check them out online. My name is Vincent A. Lancy. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to tune in today. You can find me on all social media at my name or vincentalancy.com. If you are a writer out there and you want to join our community, reach out to Danica Podcasts by Lancy at gmail.com. That's plural. And the show partner today is johnford.com, his new empathy app and card set, and Coming Alive podcast production.com. With that, we're signing off today from Florida all the way out to California. I want to thank you so much, Lawrence.
Oh, Vincent, thank you. It was a blast. Loved it.